got that pretty far down on the bottom. Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmental. This is Chris. All right, Saturday morning. A little bit different this morning. It's like almost fall. Dad did finish that cornfield that we were working on Wednesday. The dog's out here. He's not dressed. Doesn't have his collar on. So that was nice. He did say though that when he was pulling up, he did slice a tire. Yes. Right here. And this was actually a good tire. This actually was a really good tire. Because he got too close to this right here. Right there. Darn kids. So that was a little overload, and then he spread it out, packed it down, and here is our pile. So it's about, what is that, about 7 feet on the end, and then we just tapered it this way. We'll have to find some plastic and get that covered this weekend. And then I think we're gonna go down and chop the outer rounds of that field down by the pit, so that we can kind of open that field up, and then we'll throw that on the pile as well. Right. But what we're going to do now is we are going to let the cows onto the sorghum field so we can have that field back. The cows actually seem pretty content this morning, so I'm sure they'll move just fine, but we just drove past them and they're all laying down, chilling, but they're starting to pop up. They'll move. I don't think it'll be an issue. Now I gotta check her out. She's got a bum foot too. Let's go check her out. I mean, that's one bummer about not always being around this time of year, is I don't get to see them like this, and then it goes a couple of days, especially these Thursday, Fridays. Yeah, so it's this one right here, YC 913. She had a little bit of a limp when we put her on this field a few days ago, but you know, nothing was swollen up. Her back left, would it be the hock, looks pretty swollen. I mean, it's a pretty heavy limp getting her off the field. I mean, she went, but she wasn't crazy about it. All right, so we took a little lunch, watched the little Badgers. Looks like they're doing all right against Rutgers today. So I think our goal this afternoon is do those outside rounds on that field down there, and that'll probably conclude our chopping for the year also. I also got to watch a little bit of a Fleck cattle sale. Started at noon. It's the Magnolia Classic. That's what they call it. Based with, I think it's Little Creek that hosts it, but a lot of really, really nice animals that got sold at that one. It's still going. I think they have semen lots left, and that's about it. But they had their Applecross coach bull come through with another cow. That thing was impressive, very impressive. So yeah, I always like watching at least a little bit of those sales. Someday I'll be able to afford something from them, but I mean, the quality is there. We're gonna get the rest of this corn chopped, and yes, it is cold enough to wear a stocking cap. I mean, it's like 50, but it's like cool, it's rainy. Let's get this stuff chopped up. I think we're just gonna end up doing 3 rounds and then just calling it good. Whatever fills this box. Because when we came down here earlier today, it definitely looks like it's going to be about 3, if not 4 rounds. And this thing will be full, and we'll have taken off plenty. So the biggest thing we're looking at is all the grass and the weeds and everything that have come in. Like up here, not a big deal. But for whatever reason, from like there, and there's a swat around the outside going that way that is really weedy. I think they must have had a boom or something, that the end nozzles weren't working properly. Not a big deal for chopping. When we come in here to pick this with the picker, the way those rollers go, that grass and those weeds, they'll wrap around that roller and it'll just cause an ass ache. So all right, so this is exactly the issue that we're going to have with the picker. I don't know why. This one is supposed to have a guard, maybe. I'm not really sure, but this is exactly the issue we're gonna have with the picker. And it really starts with this grass. I'm not worried about the stalks at all. It's these grassy weeds and stuff like that. So not a huge deal, but this is why you want to make sure you get halfway decent kill off with your herbicides. Well, we are probably done. I think we're done. We actually just found out that our front left tire is going flat, which isn't a super huge deal if we're done chopping. We knew when we got this tractor a couple years ago the tires were pretty checked and we were going to need some soon. It was just a matter of what year do we need them. Alright, so we're blowing our last load of silage. I think it's our last load. It should be our last load. We're opting not to add any extra water only because it rained this morning. It was raining the whole time we were doing it, so honestly, there's probably enough moisture in it. Now all we're looking to do is kind of fill up this front area a little bit, and then we'll pack it down. We'll pack it, level it out, and find some plastic and get it covered this weekend. First round of vaccinations tomorrow. We probably won't worm them because I don't have any dewormer. I haven't had a chance to go get any, so we'll do that in a couple weeks when we do second round. So they'll get their virus shield and probably their alpha 7, and then they'll get second round of virus shield and dewormer in a few weeks. So, but I'm heading in. 1, it's still kind of raining out, and 2, we're doing like a little Halloween party for some close friends and family, so gotta help Bethany with the finishing touches on that. And trust me, the Halloween party, that is all her. So she has been geeked out about this for, well, honestly, she started like 2 months ago. So, But it should be a good time. But I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, good morning. It is Sunday morning. A little bit of a later start because, well, it's rained all morning long. So, which isn't actually a bad thing because we haven't had that all that much rain recently. And this morning we are going to first round vaccination of calves. So we're excited, sort of. Come on, guys. All right, right out of the gates, we are doing a DNA test on little Cora there. So, got our tester. Bee sting. All right.
Come on. You got any of them missing tags?
Yep. Come on, girl. Hup, 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 hup. There we go. Nope. Come on. Hip, hip. Hip. No, come on.
Alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Come on.
Come on, hip, hip. Glad everything was where it was when that happened. All right, let's see if we can grab another one easily. Come on. There we go. Psst, psst. Psst, psst. There we go. Come on, girl. Come on. Hip, 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 hip. Come on.
One of the reasons he's able to find those little spots inside.
So we're almost out of battery, but we have one animal left, and he is the one that has the horns. So what we want to do is I have bands for him. We're going to band the horns, and it's honestly works just like castrating. And over the course of like 2-3 weeks, sometimes closer to a month, the tightness of the band just cuts off the blood circulation, and that horn just pops right off. The only issue you run into is sometimes when the horns are small, the bands will actually roll off. So what we like to do then is use electrical tape, put the band on, and then just electrical tape the heck out of the top so that it doesn't want to roll off. All right, this ought to be interesting.
All right, I got it. Go ahead.
All right, so hook right here. We go up and over. Is that there? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep, those are skurs, all right.
Mine wiggles. All right.
Yours wiggle too.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's trim some hair. Should have been a barber. The one downside.
I don't think we got that right, Chris.
Do we go the other way? I mean, we hook it there first. Here. Take the tri-bands. We'll stick her on there. Okay, electrical tape. Just a mess load of electrical tape, and I've got that pretty far down on the bottom. All right, and since we use this chain so few times, we actually forgot that we're supposed to go over the nose and then over the head, pinning his head down, keeping his nose straighter, because if it's cocked off to the side, then he slips out. So he's good to go. So first round of shots is done. Granted, you guys didn't see a whole heck of a lot, but that was my fault. I didn't empty my camera. But honestly, round 2 is coming in a couple of weeks. So all in all, yeah, they're a little light, but calves are starting to come on, starting to look pretty decent. Yeah, and then the steer with the horns, we'll just keep an eye on him and see how that works. Like we've had mixed results using the bands, but we tried with horny last year. They were small enough we thought we could burn them and tip them and kill them off. Well, that obviously did not work. Kind of slowed them down, but that was about it. So hopefully that works. We've had the bands work before, and they come off. When they come off clean, and that's why I wanted to use them. So all right, I'm gonna go in, empty my camera, and watch some of the Packer game, and yeah, be back this afternoon and figure out what we're gonna do. All right, Packer game is over, and they actually played pretty well against Arizona. That was nice. A lot of turnovers. That was cool. But we're going to head down to the shop, and we're going to take the 2 front tires off of the 44. Wheels are off. A little sketchy. Yeah, that's true. There's no real good, unless you use 2 jacks, and yeah, we probably could have jacked on that side and then use that one on that side, but that's only like a 2 1/4 ton floor jack, or that's a 20, so we just jacked the whole thing up and just use this one to kind of tilt this side a little bit. But then took the opportunity to grease all those spindles and all that stuff, the tie rod ends in the front and things like that. Check the wheel bearings. Honestly, the wheel bearings were fine. There's a little bit of slop in the spindles, but I'm sure they are old, so but we got those all greased up and everything, so good for another 5,000 miles. Dad's dumping in ground feed for the steers, and these girls need a bale, but I'm just kind of scoping out, see if YC913 is up here or not, or is she out on the field. All right, 913 is in the long pen with 75. Again, don't know why she's limping, and her foot's a little bit swollen too, so I don't know if she got caught in some rough housing or something. I don't know. All right, throwing, they don't necessarily need a bale, but Dad wants to throw one in because otherwise he'd probably have to throw one in tomorrow by himself if he doesn't want to wait for me to get home from practice. Yep, calls are still here. This one pisses me off because she's a yearling heifer, and honestly Lily looks really good, so that's why it pisses me off. Cora pisses me off because I never seen her in heat all summer long. Really annoyed by those two. Really annoyed. All right, so we got the calves bedded down. YC913, she just has a swollen leg. We brought her in, we got her in. I think she just needs some time away from the rest of them. So yeah, we got a little more chopping done this weekend. First round of shots for the calves are done, so anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks we'll do round 2, probably more in that 2-week range. And yeah, so got some decent stuff done this weekend, and you know, the kind of stuff that you can do honestly when it's a little bit gloomy and wet, but we needed some rain. We definitely did need some rain. But hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you guys have a great week coming up. We got Halloween in a couple weeks. We had our Halloween party last night, had a lot of fun, some real close family and friends, and got to hang out for a little while. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of really good food. Way too much good food. Feeling that today. But yeah, end of the weekend, end of the video. Hope you guys liked the video. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. Always like answering those questions. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We want you coming along for more. And thanks for coming along.